meeting this evening, the Township. Would everybody like to stand and do the pledge of allegiance? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Amen, Lord.
I'd like to welcome everybody here this evening. My name's Don Keith, this year I'm the elected president. Beside me is George Kiko, the vice president, and beside George is trustee Jennifer Leone. Our fire chief, Rich Peterson, is up in Alaska salmon fishing or something, so he won't be here this evening. Road superintendent Jamie May is in attendance, zoning inspector Jeff Shipman, and our fiscal officer Todd Bosby is here. Jennifer, would you like to read for Rich, please?
Oh, sure. Okay, I motion for a resolution approving the 3-year dispatching contract with the city of Louisville at a rate of $36 per call for the Louisville Fire Department.
A motion to approve.
And I second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Okay, number 2, motion for a resolution approving the purchase of a new PBX phone system for CENTCOM dispatch from ACY Communications of North Canton, Ohio, in the amount of $8,422, with one half of the cost being reimbursed by Stark County Commissioners.
Yep. Motion to approve.
Second. I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes. Okay, Jamie, you're up to bat.
Third resolution to approve the October 13th, 2022 road report.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 4, a resolution to approve the pavement marking quote from Yankee Clipper Company Incorporated of Youngstown, Ohio for parts of California Avenue and Reno Drive in the amount of $4,446.69.
What's that for, Jamie?
I've been getting a lot of complaints about the center lines and edge lines on California and Reno that are pretty well
Worn out.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing left. And, so I'm hoping we can get that done before winter. The guy, that company did tell me that if you approve it, you could probably get it done within the next week or 2. They do all of Shelley Company for me.
So, motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks. On to you, Todd.
Okay, number 5, approve to amend appropriations from one account to another within the fund from 1,000 to 1,000-710-360 in the amount of $10,512.32. This is a refund to 2020 Enterprises for a performance check they produced.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 6, approve payment to 2020 Enterprises Incorporated for chip and seal program that's been completed in the amount of $109,961.45. That's a difference of $48.38.28 above their original bid.
Motion to approve.
I
Second?
have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 7, approve the minutes for the September 22nd, 2022 trustees meeting.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 8 is canceled. That was actually a cord that my assistant had purchased, and she was seeking a refund, but the cord didn't work, so it was returned. Number 9 is a resolution to approve refund to a resident from charges inappropriately paid to Ohio Billing for services in the amount of $425.58.
Motion to approve.
Second?
A motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yeah.
Don?
Yes.
Number 10, approve payment to Ohio Billing in the amount of $2,160 for the September monthly maintenance fees.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Number 11, approve TerraNet domain 2-year renewal that will expire in December in the amount of $21.98.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
Okay, the number 12, accept the rates and tentative green sheet for the 2023 from the Stark County Auditor as presented.
Motion to approve.
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Voting, please.
Jennifer?
Yes.
George?
Yes.
Don?
Yes.
That's all I have.
I have one question. Number 11, is that per month? Do we need to add per month on that resolution? Or or?
No, it's just the renewals, which she said is
Oh, it's like
$21.98.
Just for the domain name.
Yeah, the domain.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind, I thought it was the web hosting. Sorry.
Thanks, Todd. Jeff,
You're
you're up, buddy.
Or no, you skipped.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's clear at the top. Donna would never forgive me. Concerns of the citizens. I just went by it, Donna.
Please start.
First up is going to be, Ronald Salisbury, 4561 Eastland Avenue.
Okay, Ronald Salisbury, 4561 Eastland Avenue in Louisville. I want to talk about this levy. But I'm going to back up a little bit so you know how I feel. That last strike, teachers tore up equipment, erased material, because they said that substitutes don't have the ability to teach them. Number one, I think they're devoid of character and they're dishonest. To tear up material, but it's for the kids. When there's a money to be had, they'll do anything. The second thing that made me mad was a woman come in here, and you remember, she said that the substitute don't have the ability to teach my kid. You remember that? They stood on a picket line out here, oh, and it's for the kids. Well, they said, well, the substitutes are just not safe. So it was the dead of summer, they're on the picket line, two little kids got left out walking on the building side, and instead of going and helping the kids, they took pictures. And come in here and said, oh, see, I told you the substitutes was dangerous for them. Any normal person would have left that line and walked them into the building. Number two. Number three, whenever teachers are standing out in the front of the school on the 19th day of the strike and holding up signs that says taking donation to help pay my bills, that tells me all I need to know about it. It's not about the kids or anything. They're just pawns. It's the money. Every strike I've ever seen them have, they've never given a dime back even in rough times. So the taxes bothers me. And here on this here Louisville Herald, and this is dated August 22nd, 22. District seeks to continue 2013 levy, no new taxes. And this new levy will become permanent. And then the next year, they'll come back, oh, we need an emergency levy. They're greedy, they're selfish, and I have no respect for them anymore. Now, having said that, I'm going to read this, because I can't remember it all. For the school year of 2018-2019, Louisville City School District received $32,469,000. This was before the $5.9 million levy. District officials pledged that there will not be any new tax monies during the duration of the levy passed in 2021. The superintendent said all promises would be kept. Shortly, 60 days later, the levy county officials sent out a letter, property values would be increased. Now that gave them a windfall right there. Gave them a windfall right there. Now they are asking for a 3.8 mil levy to be renewed. For the average $150,000 home, which I am in, here in Louisville, that would mean the school would get an additional $570 in property taxes on the top of the 5.9 mil levy in May of 2021. The majority of people would probably assume the 5.9 mil levy had gotten rid of the 3.8 million emergency levy. The school also currently reported $138,557.77 that they received for the COVID when the schools were hardly open. This is in addition to the county number of fundraisers they continually have. Students also, they pay for everything they do. They pay for everything they do. It cost me $560 to buy my kid, my youngest kid, lacrosse material. They don't supply nothing. Don't supply nothing. Kids bring in all their materials. They bring, well, the average ring of paper is $5. And if you took the elementary school with $1,500, that'd be a little over $750. for each, I mean, it just, what do they do with all the paper? The school also, this is addition to the countless number of fundraisers they have. They also do not include any of the property they sold, which is reportedly 11. In summary, we thought when the superintendent said the 3.8 emergency levy was expiring and they had to have the 5.9 mill levy, and they promised they would not ask for anything else, now they're asking for a renewal of a 3.8 million levy again, which makes it a total of 9.7 mill levy, which will be due taxes for every property taxes whose property went up. Even if you rent, this will increase your rent. As the rent is increasing, people are starting to turn to Section 8 housing. They're a bunch of crooks. And the kids don't get what they need for the money they take in. They can't count, and they're greedy. And the kids only suffer when they want money.
Thanks, Ron. Donna, would you like to come up? Donna 45857 Rosedale.
Hello, I'm Donna Fulbright from 5857 Rosedale. I'm here to explain to you, I don't know how your father's brought you up, but my father always told me when you make a decision, make a list. 10 reasons why you can do something and 10 why you can't. Well, I came up with 3 that I could vote for the school. They always say to me, you don't like kids. Well, that's pretty hard for me to say because half the kids in my neighborhood lived at my house. And I grew up with 7 people in our family, and there were 5 of us children, and we did very well together because we learned how to help each other with our homework and things like this in a home life atmosphere. My personal opinion is I do like children.
I'm glad.
I think that our schools are failing whenever I go to the store and I ask, they'll tell me my amount of my change, right? How much I owe them. I'll give them a $20 bill on the change. I thought this girl was gonna hyperventilate or have a stroke. She says, I have to call the manager. And I'm like, excuse me, why? You can't give me change. Our kids cannot count back whenever they're giving a $20 bill and change. If you give them the change, they don't know what to do with it. And that scares me because I think, how do they know they're getting a good paycheck or not? They don't know anything about money. And when I go into the Dairy Queen and a young man, I say to him, oh, I would like a chocolate sundae. Oh, do you want chocolate on it? Hello? That's what I thought a chocolate sundae was. You go into McDonald's. I would like a cheese burger. Do you want cheese on it? I mean, where are we losing our kids? There's no common sense. And this stuff, to me, is just common sense. Chocolate on a sundae, cheese on a cheeseburger, giving change. I was a little Girl Scout, 7 years old, and I would sell Girl Scout cookies. Well, when I went to the door, I didn't ask them, can you tell me how much change you want back? You know, I mean, I am worried about our kids. They're not ready for the outside world. And you know what the teachers will tell you? Well, that's the parents' responsibility. Well, I learned my timetables in school. I can remember my 5th grade teacher took us and pretend like we were going shopping, and we gave change back and forth. I don't know what we're doing in school. I'm not very happy with what our kids are learning. Another thing, when I see these real cute little flyers come out, these are pretty.
Yes.
But whenever I get them to the door, I say, well, if they have this kind of much money to throw around, they have money with taxes. First of all, I'm going to be honest with you. Here's my 10 reasons why I think a senior citizen should think twice whenever she's pushing that button. To be honest with you, and I know all of you pay these bills, you have rent or you have house payment. You have food, you have gas, electric, sewer, trash. You have the phone, you have the internet, you have health care. You have insurance for your home and your car. Without insurance, you won't drive today. Medication. Today when you go into the doctor, he wants your copay. Some of these people get in front of me and, well, I don't have the copay. Well, you'll have to reschedule. It breaks my heart. What if they're really sick? A lot of people aren't thinking of this when they go push that button. Also, when you drive through Louisville, I don't know what all happened to all of our car lots. But when I went to buy a car, my son says, oh, Mom, just drive out to Alliance. Down the strip, you can find any car you want and go in and test drive it. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. We used to have side poles. We used to have the little car lot over here where they have the fruit stand now. I mean, we had a lot of car lots. We have nothing in here except pizza shops and a bar. And it bothers me. So they're losing business taxes, okay? So they have to come after the homeowner. Well, I took time and I got a copy of the little button that you're going to go in there and you're just going to push yes. Why don't I read this bottom little sentence to you? First of all, it says, with the sum of such tax increasement only if you have a bought new land or or real property improvements on your taxes, previous taxes will stay the same except yours will go up. Do you know that they evaluated our homes in 2001? Okay, what do you think you're gonna get whenever you get this little, first of all, the first levy is the one that went in May of 2001, was an emergency. This one is going to be, when you slam that little button down, it's a forever. It's on there. It's yours. It's gonna be, I think the man said $970, something like that, added, if you push this button. I'm not gonna push that button. I don't want to do anything that's forever. And I want people in Nimishillen and Louisville to realize that. You have to be able to read. And read this and understand it. I was really concerned about what they don't put renewal on it anymore. Go home and read your pretty little flyer. Doesn't say renewal. People better wake up. Just like your taxes. How many people read where your tax dollars go? It's right here on the right-hand side. Louisville School. Now I'm only one house, okay? Remember this, I'm one house. I pay $1,060.22. That's a lot of money when you're gonna add $970 whenever you add on for the year. More onto mine because they said mine's gonna go up that much because of the fact that I put new insulation in. I said, honey, that has nothing to do with an improvement on my home. They called me back and said, oh, well then it will be less than $200 and some dollars and some cents. I mean, you have to be alert. When you get that tax bill, question it. And don't push that button because they're going to make the children feel bad. They're going to send the children home. Tell your parents they're going to not have busing. They'll lose their teachers like they did before. We have to be more cautious, more careful, and more alert. And read the whole thing whenever it says issue 4. Read the whole thing. You're going to be very much surprised. So I'm very disappointed.
Thank you.
But I want everybody in Nimishillen and Louisville to read it before you push the button. It's forever.
That is true. Anybody else like to speak? Thank you. Moving on, this time I'm legal on it. Seth, you're up for that.
13, resolution accepted October 13, 2022 zoning report.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
14, resolution accepted September 2022 monthly auditor report.
Motion to approve?
Second.
We have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer,
Yes.
George,
Yes.
Don.
Yes.
And 15, resolution to approve the Stark County Health Department request for an off-lot septic discharge at 8325 Paris Avenue, Louisville,
We're just gonna have, since when do we start doing that?
Well,
I just have a question.
Yeah, so I talked to the health department and Jeff talked to them too. Up in Harrisburg, some of the septic systems are failing.
Okay,
On this particular system, on an off-lot system, they discharge the clean water, it needs to go somewhere. It needs to go into the storm sewer, but for them to get to the storm sewer, they have to go through our alley, which is
okay.
whatever.
One of the alleys.
One of the alleys.
Whatever, famous alleys.
Yeah, luckily it's
Okay.
not closed, but I said, I don't think it'd be a problem, I wanted to bring it to all the trustees
Sure,
for approval.
yeah. I was just confused why we were
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second,
We have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer,
yes?
George,
Yes.
Don,
Yes. Under trustees,
I make a motion to incorporate updated documentation and procedures for the zoning office. I think we're kind of working on that to go with
Yeah,
Google Docs, right?
Sandy and Jeff and I met a week or so ago. We got it set up.
Okay,
But we're working on making sure when we send something, we actually get the emails.
okay,
So, but the form is done.
okay.
We just have to start, once we get a new nuisance, Jeff has to put it
Yeah,
in and then send it. But we don't have, knock on wood, we don't have anything right now.
So are we gonna keep, it'll all be digital files, and we won't have
Yeah.
a hard copy unless something's printed, or do you think we should still have a
We
hard
should
copy?
still have it, something handwritten.
well, Sandy's already went on the website today, our first.
Yeah, we're starting to put the forms, the permits, the request for the permits on there. We've got, actually two of them, we did a building permit, and then anything that's not a building, it would be the fences or the pools or decks and that kind of stuff, because there's different things that Jeff needs for each of them. And they can actually fill it out on there and email it back into us, print it, scan it, bring it in, however, but then they can do it online. So we're working on that right now. And then, the form that Jennifer is talking about is for when a complaint comes in. And then it is a part of the Google Forms, and we'll be able to share that with each of you guys on a read-only, so you'll be able to see that the, complaint came in, you'll be able to get to see that Jeff has done with it, if he's called the person, if he sent letters or whatever, and every time something is done, he'll resend you so that you're up to date on it.
Okay. So I guess that may be an attorney question then too, would those files then be required to be created via paper and file, or, you know?
Oh, not required, whatever
could
is
print
the
'em out,
board,
though.
yeah, you could print them,
Yeah,
whatever is more convenient for each of you.
yeah,
Yeah, and if we are looking, the forms that we put on there are through a PDF that are on there that are, because I tried a couple where you could try for 30 days free, the software to build a form,
yeah,
but then when we printed it, it just printed us a sheet of, and we wanted to have something that actually looked like the permit to put into the files
Right.
instead of just a sheet of information.
yeah,
It'll be in the position where if you want a hard copy, you can get one.
yeah. Is our system would it be in the cloud, or, you know, all those, I guess I'm
We
like,
have 3 terabytes of, space.
okay, so we got plenty.
Yeah, we have 3 different places where our stuff goes, and we got plenty of room.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants the sunshine thing.
Yeah, we had to make our own, like, in Township at Google,
Yeah.
at gmail.com.
Okay.
You gotta have the Gmail
Yeah.
account.
Got a Gmail account
Yep.
to do it, okay,
We're getting rid of this,
okay,
unless somebody wants to feel something.
yeah, all right, so I guess we don't have to necessarily make a motion then, do we?
I don't know.
I'm gonna rescind that motion, as long as that Google Docs is moving forward.
Yep.
Jen, number 17, approve the Stark Tusk Wayne Recycle District Solid Waste Plan as written.
Second,
I have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer,
yes?
George,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Number 18, approve and adopt the extension of an alternative method for appointing the Stark County Undivided Local Government Fund for 2023 through 2027 as written. And you were working on that, right?
Yeah, that's just the funding for SCOG for the crime lab and all the services that they provide.
Yeah.
It's all the 17 townships, the 17 municipalities, all merged into one, and we all pitch in.
Right.
So he came up with a different alternative.
A new
for-
calculation.
Yeah, based on the census,
You're familiar with that too,
Yep.
right?
yeah, so,
Did a second on that?
second,
I have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer,
yes?
George,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
Number 19, approve the 2022 invoice payments not to exceed $350 for the cremation of an indigent unclaimed corpse. There's one. Need a second?
Second,
I have a motion and a second, voting please.
Jennifer,
yes?
George,
Yes.
Don,
Yes.
So there's, once in a while, someone passes away within the township, they have no family, no one basically collects them, so to speak, so the township, it becomes their responsibility to do so. So Don's done, I think two, we've done two,
Yeah, Sandy's jumped in to
yeah,
learn a little bit about number 3.
yeah. There's some state funding for some of that too, but
It's
it's
minimal.
fine.
We've had
It's
two,
minimal, yeah,
I think we got, yeah.
yeah.
There was supposed to be another one on here.
Another resolution?
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened, is I was doing the agenda and our internet went down.
Okay,
And it shut off to the store to the end drive. And so then it took me back to some things, and this must have been one that got saved, that when I updated it didn't print, but we talked, Don.
Yeah, that was that one for, Fairhope.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was on my, one on my, online.
Yeah, yeah, I
That's where you
can-
can read it off, Sandy.
I can pull it up on.
That's for the refund part.
Yeah, yeah. For the, get it out, yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah, so apparently when I printed
have
it,
it?
over copies of
the
them.
most updated version on your emails?
I couldn't open it.
I have it.
Oh, you have it?
I have it, yeah.
Yeah.
You wanna read it,
The
Todd?
motion reads, release the fire insurance funds that Nimishillen Township is holding for the property located at 4175 Fargo to K&K Enterprises for refurbishing the buildings damaged by fire.
Does it have the amount in there?
It does not. No, this is what I got around 2 o'clock today or 1
Yeah,
o'clock.
me as well. So what's the status? Has it been inspected?
They're done. They're-
Well, but has it been
Yeah.
inspected?
Jeff's
did
been
it?
out there, I've been out there, everything.
Yeah, they-
36,000, they spent that multiplied times 5.
I know, but I mean, don't we have to have the building department
No,
or something?
that was only if Rich, it was in Rich's possession because he was an employee of us.
Well, I just
so
wanna
they
be
wanted
sure
to go-
because of the Ford Street. I know that they're good for it, but I mean, we release money, then we go back to the drawing board and now we have to fill in the hole. I just wanna make
No,
sure
it's-
before we pull the trigger.
I've been there a couple times, it's, they spent a ton of money.
Oh, yeah, it's,
They're in hundreds of thousands. of what they spent.
I just checked with Jim too.
Are we good on that?
As long as it is satisfactory to you, yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to meet a building
because
standard.
we don't have a building department here,
Right.
and then meet with
And
the
you
county
were-
for
you saw it.
occupancy.
I took pictures
Okay,
and
what do you
sent it
say?
to you at the backside of the building.
My suggestion, based on everything that's happened already, is that all 3 of you need to look at it to make sure you're all good with it
Yeah.
before we release the money.
Yeah, I mean,
That's my opinion.
yeah, and we can wait, I mean, I'm fine, I know you've been there, and I've been there multiple times, inside and out.
I can look
Stripped
at
off
it before
old
the
roof,
next meeting.
And they put a new roof on it,
Yeah, that's fine.
yeah.
'Cause you
And see if we can get
technically-
the amount on the next meeting, put it on the resolution for the
I
exact
think
amount.
it was
what it is.
36, but.
I think it's 36 or it was
It's
29.
some change. Yeah, we need to-
If you can get that to us, Todd, I'll put it on the next
Yeah,
one.
that sticks in my head, so.
We'll just table that, we'll bring it up at the next meeting.
Yeah.
And most of them are open all the time, they're always there working.
They
Okay.
did, they did a great job over there.
Yeah.
They got it cleaned up good.
Yep.
Okay,
All
number
right,
4.
motion to adjourn?
Second?
There a motion and a second, voting please.
Yes?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.